Hey guys, what is going on? This is Robert, and today I have something a little bit different for you. A video on how I write a guitar solo. So I posted something on my Facebook page asking if you guys would be interested in this, and the response was pretty good. A lot of people said they would like to know, I guess, my method of how I construct a solo and just songs in general. So we'll just kind of like jump right in. So the first thing that I do is I almost always start with a riff. Whether I have drums to play over, a lot of times I could be in a lesson and I'll accidentally stumble upon something, and I'm going to use a song called The Other Side, which I did just that. So I was just in a lesson and I happened to play this, and I kept messing with it. I'm like, what am I going to play here? So eventually I came up with this riff. So I had that as a nice little foundation for a riff, and then I recorded it on my phone, which is another thing that I do. So I have the riff, that way when I get home later or something, or it could be the next day, I'm like, what was that riff I came up with? So I log all these riffs away, so in any of my phones, you can see just millions of little 10-second videos. It's crazy, maybe not millions, but just filled with 10-second videos of just random riffs or licks, just stuff I come up with or ideas that I have. So that's something I would recommend, is kind of jotting it all down. So the next process is then coming with a melody over it. So like I said, I have that riff, and a lot of times I hear melodies, and then it's the challenge, which lots of guitar players face, is putting those melodies almost like to words. I don't write lyrics, but the words of the guitar. So I've got to find melodies in here. I'm going to start totally from scratch here, getting you guys a little bit closer on my guitar. And the first thing I do is I start improvising around on this rhythm. And I start looking for melody lines. There's something that really grabs my attention and I can kind of run with it a little bit. So the next part, like I said, is improvising. So we're going to do that. And then it's kind of like picking through all my improvisations, if I can pronounce these words I'm going to try to use. And finding the parts that I really like and that I can build off of. Because usually, you just don't improvise a solo in every single part. I kind of nitpick and take a little piece from here. I'm like, oh, this would sound cool with this part. But we're going to do that. So like I said, I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to improvise over the track for a second and kind of start finding some melodies that I want to build off of. So let's get going. Alright, so I'm just going to hit record and kind of play over this track. And like I said, kind of listen for things that I like or dislike and really start constructing a solo. So you're just going to do the whole process with me. I'm writing a new solo for this song. So here we go. So, like I said, I stumbled upon a couple things that I liked. I like that little beginning part. Man, how many times can I stutter, huh? I like the beginning part. So I thought that was a nice way to start the solo. And I kind of construct solos similar. I start off kind of slow, and I like it to be a building, to where there's like a part where, it's your best lick is for last. And I forget where I heard that from. It might have been Joe Satriani or someone like that. I don't know, they just said, you know, you save your best licks for last. Because you want the people to be listening and keep them interested, you know? Don't just sit there and play a two-note solo. You know, if you want that, if that's what people like to hear from you, go right ahead. My thing is I like to start off slow and really just build. And I don't know, those are my favorite solos, so I kind of feel like, why wouldn't I write those solos then? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to improvise over this again and kind of incorporate some of those ideas that I had, and then, you know, maybe grab a couple new ones. So, and then normally I'll improvise over something maybe 5 or 6 times. I'm only going to do it twice. That way you can kind of see how I'm taking similar licks that I played the first time, but also, you know, thinking of new ones as well. So here's the song again. Alright guys, so I improvised over it twice, got a couple ideas to kind of give me a building block, and that's kind of where I'll just run with it, you know, really spend some time putting together bits and pieces and just seeing what fits it best. So in the song you heard how it went from kind of like that happy riff to the more rock. And it was doing that kind of a thing. So I'll really kind of adjust my solo around the parts of the song, and that's where just really listening to what you're playing and what you're playing around comes into it. So I hope this helps you guys. You know, if you guys have any other questions, please leave a comment below, and I will see you later. And I also have a really cool video coming up called How to Master Improvisation. It's a tough word to say. Try saying that. Improvisation, yeah, lose. I will see you guys back with the next lesson. Peace out, have a good night, and I'll see you guys later.